You can probably hear, well, I should probably say morning first. Morning. As you can probably hear, the rain started. It started about, I'd say about an hour ago. There's a little bit of wind with it. It's gusting, so it's not too bad. The tent's doing fine. Ground sheet's doing fine. So it's not too bad at the minute. One thing I'm a little bit worried about is, excuse me. One thing I'm a little bit worried about is the fact I don't want to get everything soaked. We're here for another 2 nights as yet. So there's going to be no photography this morning, simply because there's going to be not a lot to be had. There's cloud cover outside, obviously, and it's chucking it down. So we're going to stay in bed till for another, I think it was 5 o'clock now. So we're going to stay in bed till about 6, see how we get on, and then maybe start making a move and breaking camp. Yeah, and that's the plan. Sleep was okay last night. It was broken. It wasn't all the way through, but it was okay. Feel a little bit rested compared to yesterday. Okay, so I'm gonna get my head back down for another hour and then start cracking on, I think. See you soon. Okay, morning. So it's been maybe, I think about 3 hours since we last spoke. I think we spoke at about 5 o'clock, something like this. Maybe half 5, I don't remember. The rain hasn't really stopped, however it has slowed. You can probably hear it a little bit. It's more like a misting now. I didn't want to get up in the thick of it this morning, simply because I've got 2 more nights out here and there's no point in getting myself absolutely soaked just for a bit of pride. So I just stayed sheltered up for a few more hours, got a bit more rest, and just did the sensible thing, really. So as you might be able to see now, I'm all admined up. The only thing left is really to pack away these last few bits. Let's have a quick butcher's outside and see what it's like, because I haven't been outside yet. Should have probably done my jacket up, but we'll have a quick look. I'm not going to get soaked over it, and then we'll come back inside. So let's have a look. Okay, I might just go out a bit fast there for you. It might have been a bit of a crap shot, but yeah, as you can see, that is pretty clagged in. So yeah, as you can see, that's pretty well clagged in over there outside. I mean, I think it was a wise decision not to go too early this morning in the thick of that. When I looked at the weather app the day before I left, it did say it was going to rain overnight from about 2 o'clock in the morning until around about 10 o'clock in the morning. So we might still have a couple of hours left of this. I'll make my mind up on what I'm going to do, but at the moment I think I'm just going to sit it out and just wait for it to clear. We're just going to take a quick look at the map for today and the routing that we're looking at taking now. So excuse my finger, I usually use a compass. Currently we're at Looking Stead here. Route that I am looking at, and I would absolutely love to go Kirkfell, which you can see just outside of the tent here. I'd love to go Kirkfell here and then over to Great Gable and back over to Grey Knots. Like I said, I'd love to do that route. It's not one that I planned specifically to walk on this trip. It's just one that I was taking a look at as a side thought, shall we say. But I think that would be a great walk, and it would keep us up relatively high as well. That's Kirk Fell there. You can sometimes see coming into view. There you go, there she is. That's Kirk Fell. You've got a pretty steep ascent all the way to the top there, and that's why I'm not going to go carry on around the bridge lines today, because I'm not too sure how it's going to be. The right choice to just wait that out. Sometimes that's all you've got to do. Just make a wise choice, not a proud one. Wow, it's really starting to clear up now. You can see Kirk Fell beautifully now. Hopefully you can all see that. I've actually, after everything we've gone through this morning with the rain and the wind, having to wait for it to clear, this is looking stunning now. I really want to get on top of Kirk Fell. As always guys, leave no trace. Leaving the camp, everything's packed away, so I've literally walked about 100 metres and taken a look around. That's Kirk Fell there. You can see the route up to it. There was pan right. It's looking pretty clear in that direction. The morning clag seems to be clearing, so the more I look at it, the more tempted I am to get up there and stay on height. It's supposed to be a beautiful day tomorrow, and it would save us the climb tomorrow while we're up here. So I'm gonna take a little walk up there and have a look. Hopefully I don't regret this. It's absolutely stunning this morning. Now that that crag's cleared, you can just see everything, and you can hear the rushing waterfalls coming down from the mountainsides, especially in that direction. It's absolutely stunning. It's beautiful to see and to listen to. There's a few more people on the ground now as well. I can spot people from up here, so let's carry on. Welcome to the top of Kirk Fell then. It was a bit of a slog there at the beginning. I kept losing the track. One of the problems with taking some of these routes that I'm taking is that they are quite hard work, so it kind of puts people off taking those tracks. The track I've taken there and the track that I took yesterday to get to Pillar via Pillar Rock, I didn't see anybody. And I didn't see anybody today either, and that's why I keep losing these tracks. I'm making it a little bit harder for myself sometimes. But what I'll do is, you might lose my voice a little bit. See, it's very windy up here. I'm actually in a cairn shelter. You can see this here. If I pan it around a little bit for you, and if I turn you around now, you might lose my voice because the back mic isn't that great on this. If I turn you around, you'll be able to see the cairn at the top of Kirk Fell. So here you go, there's the view. And there's the cairn in front. You should be able to just see that. As you can see, the clag is severely rolled in. All I'm going to do up here, I haven't had any breakfast yet, so I'm going to use this shelter here, make some breakfast, get the jet boil out, have a cup of tea or something, and then we'll start making our way onwards to the next spot. I've got to take a look at the route, because I haven't done the route before. But I'll take a look at that. As the clag cleared earlier on, you could see the next
The next peak is a little bit lower than this one, but then on the back of that you can see Great Gable, and God almighty, that is, I've never seen Great Gable, I've never done Great Gable, but that looks steep. View of the route we're going to take. Just to my left here, you can see the pathway we're going to take. That's going to go down the valley. You can see just down here near this little tarn, there's a route upwards. That ascends just to here. And then once I get up the other side of that little ridge line, in the middle ground, or I will take that sandy coloured path, which is going to be a lot steeper, but obviously shorter route to get me up. That's us now down from Kirkfell. Didn't take too long, quite a simple descent, quite rocky underfoot as you can see, and probably could have seen in a few of those little shots, some of those shots that I took on the way down. But as we're coming down, it's quite obvious there's two prominent tarns here, and I just want to take a second just to give my face a little wash. I'll tell you what, if I would be, if this was later on in the day, I'd be so tempted just to set up camp here. It is stunning. I'll show you the view that you've got over on this side. It is phenomenal. This is the view from where I am right now, and I've just stopped here just to take on a couple of nutty bars. The route in front of us, that's the way we're going to go to get towards Bandreth and Grey Knots in a little bit. Probably take us maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours to get to there, I think, from here. It's been a bit of a hike. The ascent there from the crossways that I was talking about, where I met those people, it did only take about I'd say about 30 minutes to ascend. It was quite hard going. There was a lot of rocks underfoot. I'll turn you around now and you can kind of see what we had to deal with. So that was like that. I mean, this is quite shallow ground here. It's not too bad, but coming up, that was quite a steep ascent with all this underfoot, so it's going to be quite hard getting back down. So I thought I'd take a moment just to speak here, because I've just been reading this tab, and this is to the members of the club who died for their country in the European War, 1914 to 1918. So I thought it'd be quite apt to just stand and speak. You can see that there's been a band left on the rocks, and there's still a poppy here that somebody's left. And what a view they've got to be remembered by. Absolutely stunning. I would like to say it's easier coming down, but it's anything but. It's hard all work this, but we're almost down. It's not taking long, maybe 10 minutes. Soon to be there. We're now back down Great Gable. I'm not going to spend too long on here because I'm going to get going, but we're now back at Windy Gap kind of crossroads here. You'll recognise I came up that way. I'm going to go up here past this cairn. That's our last major ascent of the day. I wouldn't call it a major ascent, but it's our last ascent. And then we're going to just handrail the ridge line, so we haven't got far to go at all. Let's get going. I thought I'd quickly come on camera just for a minute because the view behind me is a perfect example of the route that we've covered today. Just behind me, you can see in the distance pillar, which is the peak to the right. If you come down that ridge line, where it's illuminated by the sun right now, you can see a small notch. That was where we stayed and camped at the tarns yesterday. Right behind me, just here, you can see Kirk Fell. On the back side here, with Great Gable, just peeking over the brow there, you can see where we've come from. It's been a beautiful walk. It's been hard at times. I wouldn't say quite as hard as yesterday. Maybe I'm a little bit worn in, but it's been absolutely stunning. The start to the day wasn't great, obviously with the rain, but we've made up good time. We've covered everything that we wanted to, because I said right at the beginning I wanted to do Kirkfell. I didn't want to go down into the low ground. And luckily enough, being sensible, giving ourselves time to let the clag clear and all the rain clear, we've been able to do exactly what we wanted, which was Kirkfell, Great Gable, and then on to Grey Knots now. So we're now here. This is Grey Knots. Absolutely beautiful location. I can see somebody over there setting up for the night. That hot tub right there is calling my name. Okay, so that off. Okay, so now that I'm down here, the old hot tub does not look as glamorous as I thought it would be. It looked alright from up there, but it's slimy, it's muddy, but there's weed everywhere. I suppose it's not a hot tub, I suppose it's just a wild tarn in the middle of nowhere. Okay, good evening ladies and gents. There is a little bit of a wind in the air, so I apologise if you can't hear it properly. I'm going to go to the front mic in a second. But welcome to Grey Knots. We should get some nice beautiful light in the morning as well, so we will be getting up first light again. as you can see, having a gourmet meal, tikka, curry, and down here chocolate pudding. Cannot wait for that. So there's the tent. I'll put it foot on into the wind again, and we've got a nice little bit of coverage by those rocks there, and when I wake up in the morning I should have an absolutely stunning view when I open that side of the tent. Can't wait for that. So thank you for joining me again today. It's been fantastic. It's been real. I thought we were going to have to stop and go down to the low ground near Kirk Fell, come round to that lower tarn. Thank God we didn't have to do that, because I've enjoyed every minute of today. Getting to the top of Kirk Fell like I wanted, doing Great Gable, and then coming up to Grey Knot here. That's been a very, very enjoyable hike today. Even though I took some more challenging routes, I definitely recommend to any one of you to come and do this. So I'm going to sign off for the night, I think, and try and find some compositions for some photography, and hopefully you'll join me in the morning of day 3 for our walk and for our...
Before I go to bed, I just want to say thank you for watching my day 2 video. It's been an adventure so far, and I've loved every minute of it, but I have really enjoyed myself these last 2 days. One more day to go really. We've got another camp out tomorrow night on Fleetwood Pike. It's only a short walk, and then we're going home. So I will see you tomorrow on day 3 for some morning photography.